Hello to all the viewers of this video, and today in this video I am with a new topic, which is algorithm and flowchart. Maybe many of you would be known about this topic, but this is a simple beginning or introduction, and there is a subtitle step in problem solving. So let's move further and talk about what is this algorithm and flowchart. Mainly, maybe many of you have been familiar with it, but actually algorithm is very popular in our very day-to-day life, and it is very necessary and important thing to solve our day-to-day problems, because if it is a very big problem, so it is quietly very difficult or impossible to solve without a proper algorithm. So let's talk about the definition of algorithm. What is the definition of algorithm? Every problem solution starts with a plan. This plan can be considered as an algorithm. Hence, an algorithm is a procedure or formula for solving a problem based on sequence of specified action or steps. It means that simply algorithm is a, we can say more in simple language, is that algorithm is a set of steps to solve a problem. Like for example, you can take algorithm of waking up and brushing our teeth. So first step is we take our toothbrush, we open its lid or cap, we apply it on the our brush, and then we open our mouth and we scrub it up and down, left and right. Okay, and we then do gargle with the water, and that finally the result of this algorithm we will got clean and shining teeth. So this is the how algorithm work. So I hope that now you all are familiar with algorithm. There are many more algorithms, such as algorithm of making tea, algorithm of going to school, algorithm of making a script, and there are many other algorithms. Now our next topic is flowchart. So as the name it suggests, flowchart. Flow means in a flow or in continuity, and it is a chart. So it is a chart which is used to represent an algorithm in a very precise manner with the help of arrows and some definite shapes. So in this video I am going to cover about their all the there all the shapes or all the components used in a flowchart, or you could say symbols, and some one two I would show examples also of flowchart. Now let's, without wasting time, we will move further. So here is a flowchart. What is a flowchart? I have written definition. A flowchart is a visual representation of the algorithm needed to solve a problem. Same definition that I have told previously. It is just a visual representation of the algorithm needed to solve a problem. Now each step in the sequence is denoted by a definite shape. Now you can see here at right there is a small example of a flowchart. In this flowchart there are definite shape. At the top one there is a shape, a cylindrical shape, then second one is a rectangle, then we have diamond, then we have squares, ovals, and then at the ending we have an indeterminator, which is also a cylinder shape. So there are many different shapes or symbols used in a flowchart to represent different their functions. Now these steps are linked by using connecting lines or directional arrows. Now one most common thing which you would notice is there in these all flowchart, the one similar thing is there which connects all the different types of shapes together, which is our arrows marked as blacks. So these arrows are known as connecting lines or directional arrows, and these helps to denote the flow of and these have to recognize the flow of the flowchart. We will read them in further in our video. Now let us start with the first symbol used in flowchart, which is terminal or terminator. Here you can see here the images. The terminator symbol is used to see begin and end of your flow. It is represented by an oval shape. You can see here oval shape. It is a type of rectangle with its both sides bended like a shape of oval. Developers generally use the words like start, stop, begin, end inside the terminator object to make things more obvious. Actually, these are the start and the ending shapes. Means whenever you are starting any flow chart to make. So you would at start you would add this shape, which is the start, and at the ending you would add this shape end. And there are many words like start you can also include in this symbol. You can use stop also, you can use begin also, and you can use end also. Now let's move to our second symbol, which is the process box. You can see it is a rectangle type of box, and in flowchart, process object is used to illustrate an action, operation, or a process. These are represented by rectangles. The text in the rectangle mostly includes a verb. Examples include retry, add the numbers, pick up, and etc. In this is simply used for processing anything, like in a flow chart, like in any algorithm, one process is going on and you want to denote that process in the flow chart. So that whole process would be written in the process, like you want to here example such as retry. So retry is a whole process, so you would write in this whole retry in this process box. Second is add the numbers, like you have two numbers A and B and you want to add those numbers, so you would simply write add the numbers A and B in the process box, and then pick up. And so these are the processes which you would do. Now third symbol is data symbol. So here you can see this is a type of a parallelogram, and the definition is data object, often referred to as the IO shape, shows the input to and the outputs from a process. This is denoted by a parallelogram. So the simple example is that when you draw a flowchart, many times, like in algorithm, we we are making a tea, and in making tea, we need to input first some materials like tea leaves, milk, and etc, and we will get different types of output. Like while making tea we will get yes, obviously tea we will get, and while sieving it we will also get some tea leaves which are like garbage or as a waste material. So these are the two outputs of a from this. So these two would be written in this data box. Like if you want to write that take tea leaves, milk, and sugar, water, etc. So we will write this whole taking our ingredients thing in which we want to input in the process in this data box, and the output also we will write in the same data box. Now next is our decisional conditional box, and it is like a diamond shape, and it is decision shape is represented as a diamond. This object is always used in a process flow to ask a question, and the answer to the question determines the arrows coming out of the diamond. One from the bottom point corresponding to yes or true, and one from either the right left point corresponding to no or false. The arrows should be always labeled to avoid confusion in the process flow. So this is also a very important this is also a very important symbol used in our flowchart. You can see here it is like a diamond shape, and there are two main arrows arising from here. Two main connectors, one arising from the bottom and the other arising from the left. You will arise from the either the left side or either from the right side. The bottom, the arrow arising from the bottom would be always be yes, and the arrows arising from left to right would always be no or false. But to avoid confusion, and so the person who is making this algorithm should always mark this no, yes, true or false in the arrows. And these are generally used to ask a question, like here example it is written, is it cloudy? So if yes, it will go down, and if no, so it will go here. Next is a document. So here you can see it is like a type of rectangle with a wave like bottom. Now we will see the definition. Document object is a rectangle with a wave like base. This shape is used to represent a document or report in a progress flow. Like we have created an algorithm, and the result or the report of the algorithm is anything. So we will display the data in this document symbol. So here one example is given, which is students marks report. You can add any more things, like you can like the report of IIT exams or any other, and you can make also a graph or of the money business, and etc. Now moving towards our next symbol, which is stored database. Stored database name suggests that there is a database which eventually store data, like here student database. Stored database is the direct data object in a flowchart which represents the information stored in a secondary storage device and can be accessed directly. Means this is a type of database, like we have read previously. There was a data, so it was used to represent any of the data, like input, tea leaves, means data which we need to input. But this is store database. It means that the information is stored previously. The information is saved previously in your PC or any other storing device. So you do not need to go and search for it. Means go and input the data, and it is previously saved in the algorithm of flowchart. Now next and most important, we have connectors. Without them, all the flowchart would be alone, and there would be a lot of chaos and confusion that where should the next where are the next steps and what are the next procedure we should follow. So a little bit about them. This is a small circle shaped object. It is required when the flowchart is too big and cannot fit in a single page. In that situation, developers use a connector by writing a letter or number inside it. The connectors with the same letter or number is used to continue on the next page. Simply, I would, in simple language, you would say that you have a normal copy size page and you are writing a very big algorithm. You have written a big algorithm. Now we need to draw a flowchart on that. Now flowchart is also would be big, but now the problem is that you have written half of the flowchart in one page and another half is left, and you have written in another page. Now it has been divided into two parts from between, and now the steps are actually mixing with each other, and the reader having a problem that which step is going. So at that situation, connectors are used. They are used to lessen the space, and they are used to decrease the chances of errors and of confusion also. Now here is a simple example of flowchart which is generally used, and here you can see all the shapes. We are first starting with the start, which is a terminal, or we call it as Terminator. The second is we are using here process box. Now the third here is data, and this print file, here you can see a rectangle with a wave-like structure. So this is a document, and now this is 4.1 is this is the conditional box, and this again step 4 is also a process box. And yeah, here you can see the example of a connector. See, now here our algorithm means our flowchart has been ended till here. Now we need to move to the next page or to the empty space. Now how we will move? Here we will make here a A. We will make here a A, and this A means that anywhere we A is written, so there from there onwards this flowchart will start. So here A flowchart is starting on step 5 and then finally stop. And you can see here this step 4.1, which is a decision conditional box. It have also the same method, one connector going to no and another is yes. So this is a simple example of a flowchart. I hope that from watching this video you would have understand full thing about algorithm and flowchart. So your all doubts should be clear. In this video I have covered mainly about the symbols used in flowchart, definition of flowchart, definition of algorithm. Please and thanks for giving your precious time, and if you are new to the channel, please subscribe the channel, hit the bell icon and leave a like. Thank you.